Hello, John Paul from Gold Star Siding, Windows, and Roofing. This is Joel from JND SEO. Spoke briefly on the phone earlier, so I'm sending this video over to show you 3 ways that you can beat your competition online. And I don't want to waste your time, I don't want to waste mine, so I'm going to make this as quick as possible. If at the end of the video, though, you do want to hear more information, let's just set up a 10-minute phone call. No huge time commitment here, just 10 minutes. And if not, then that's okay too. I do have a bunch of free tips and strategies I'm actually going to give away free in this video. And so you can go ahead and apply those directly to your site, and those would help out as well. First thing I do want to talk about is content. So just kind of looking at your page here. How many words of content do you have on here? Let's take a look. All right, there we go. So we got a little bit there. Some about local contractor, what you guys do for services offered. Let's call it, we're going to say it's probably between, let's call it 400 to 500 words of content. And what Google really recommends, and same as for myself, because that's what I basically do. I understand how Google works, and I know how to kind of help get you ranked higher, right? So Google actually is going to rank you higher based on content. So the more you have, the higher they'll rank you. But the second reason is that the more content you have, the more keywords and keyword phrases you can put into that content. As an example, I've put in roofing, Fayetteville, North Carolina. This is a good key phrase. It does have a good amount of volume attached to it. But the other reason is that this is what new customers would search. It's a service they would search in an area they would search it for, which just happens to be what you guys do, right? So the first thing a new customer would see are all these ads at the top. Companies are basically just paying to be seen first by new customers with the hopes of getting some more business. After that, we're going to find this map section. Top 3 companies are going to show up here in this preview screen. These are all based on citations, and that's just when you have your business name, address, and phone number. It has to be all 3 of those together, listed into a directory site such as Yelp, Yellow Pages, or Home Advisor, just to name a few. After this, we're going to get into our organic section. This is where we start seeing the results kind of show up from our initial search. And these don't show up randomly. They all show up based on Google's algorithm. And we know 2 parts of that now are content and keywords. And there's 10 results that show up per page, really, in any Google search. And they all show up in reference to our phrase, roofing, Fayetteville, North Carolina. So we can rank this keyword based on our results. So number 1 goes to Home Advisor, which is a directory. 2 is going to go to Baker Roofing. 3 is going to go to the Better Business Bureau, which is another directory. And 4 would go to Blue Ribbon Roofing. So what I want to do next is I'm going to take your website, goldstarnc.com, and plug it into a program that I use called Ahrefs. This just kind of allows me to see how you guys are doing right now. We have your business name up here in your header right away, and then we also have a few key phrases or keywords as well. And these allow you to be found a little bit easier by Google. So this is a really good thing. I'm really glad you guys are doing this. Well, now let's look at the numbers a little bit. 10 referring domains sending you back 31 links to your page. All this means is that there's 10 websites or referring domains that basically have a total of 31 links on them. So there's about 3 per page. And when people click on those links, it redirects them to your page, right? So next up, 42 keywords or key phrases. These are just words or phrases you have in your site, just like what we put in as our example, roofing, Fayetteville, North Carolina. These are what actually are more responsible for bringing in the visitors to your site. So the 42 you guys have are bringing in 4 visitors to your site per month. So let's just take a quick look at your keywords and kind of see, where your traffic is currently coming from. First thing we see, Gold Star Windows. So part of your name with, a service that you essentially offer. 30 people do search that just like that. And for this one, you guys are number 7. We know there's 10 results per page. So if you want to be on the first page for any result, then you have to be in the top 10. So number 7 is pretty good for that. It's going to put you a little bit past the midway point. And people who search you by name, if they are putting it in by name, they know who you are. It's going to be a lot of your referrals. Some of them might be people who saw your signs or trucks as well. So you also want to bring in new customers, right? So that's where a term like this comes in. Siding, Fayetteville, North Carolina, 30 people search it, and they are number 9. You guys are number 9 for this one, so still on the first page, but you are more towards the bottom. And so you are going to get probably, one or two visitors from this one as well. You're going to probably get the majority of what you guys are getting from your first one because you're ranked a little higher for. You're probably getting a couple there as well. Now this one, Angie's List, it's probably not going to be quite as helpful. This one here is pretty good. North Carolina siding and windows. It's at least specific to a location. But these ones here really are probably the best. Windows, Fayetteville, North Carolina. Problem with these is you look at the numbers, 15, 17, 16. For all of these, you're on the second page. We've actually found that 80 to 85% of people who do searches on Google will not go to page 2. So the problem is you're really getting all your traffic from these first two here. Let's just look at Baker's Roofing as a quick comparison. They have their name up here in the header as well as some key phrases. Over 1,000 referring domains, over 14,000 links back, 5,000 keywords, over 8,000 visitors to their site per month. Let's just take a quick look at a few of their keywords here. First up, Baker Roofing, 2,300. They must have multiple locations for that kind of volume. And they are number one for that one. So they're going to get basically most of that traffic, or at least the biggest percentage. So that's, again, their referral business. You also want to bring in the new customers, right? That's where a term like this, roofing, Durham, North Carolina, 300 people do search it, and they are number 2 for that. They're going to get a pretty good percentage. And then here's another really good one, roofers in Raleigh, North Carolina, 100. And they're number 1 for that, so they'll get the biggest percentage. So having more of those is what's really going to bring you in those extra visitors. So if we added, right now, let's just take a quick review here, 4 visitors to your site right now. If we added 100 visitors to your site, so way more than what you guys currently have, how much would that change? How many calls you get, right? I'm assuming you're not getting too many right now, per month. But if we added 100 per month, that's really only 3 keywords getting you in the top 5 for those. So let's say out of the 150 called, that's probably a pretty good number. But let's just pretend it's only 20. Let's just cut that and more than in half, right? 20 people call you. How many of those turn into estimates? Even if it's 10, 50% turn into estimates. Of those 10 estimates you did, how many would you expect to land those jobs? Let's pretend it's only 20%, right? It's only 2, but it's 2 more jobs every single month. How would that change your business? If you guys want to hear more information, I'm going to give you a call in a day or so just to follow up and see what you thought of the video. If you guys could just give me a little feedback, I'd appreciate that as well. Thank you for your time. Have a great day.